This lesson, I'm going to teach you how to play Last Train Home by John Mayer. So I'm going to show you two ways of doing the song. I'm going to show you the way he plays it, and then I'm going to show you an easy version if you're just like an acoustic guitar player or you just want to bust out the song and sing it. I'm going to show you an easy way to play it with open chords, two different ways to play it with open chords. If you want to play it like John Mayer, like you're in his band, like you're doing his role in the band, this is how you do that. It's all done with triads. So the chords of the song are pretty simple, right? You basically got the verses like mainly three chords. It's A, E, and B. But he's doing all of that stuff with triads. And he's playing all of these triads on strings 4, 3, 2. So the first triad he's using is an A major. And that first shape is like this. That's your ring finger on the 11th fret of the 4th string, your pointer finger on the 9th fret of the 3rd string, and your middle finger on the 10th fret of the 2nd string. So that's your A major triad. Your next shape is this E major triad. And to do that, you just put your pointer finger on the 9th fret of strings 4, 3, 2. So that first part he's going, and then he moves on. Now he's on to a B major triad. This B major triad, it's right out of this shape. You've probably played this before. So what he's doing is he's putting his ring finger on the 9th fret of the 4th string, then his middle finger on the 8th fret of the 3rd string, and his pointer finger on the 7th fret of the 2nd string. And that's his B major. So far he's got, and then that's our B. Now the last two chords are E and A again, but he's going to play two different triad shapes. So now he's going to play this E and this A. So these two shapes, you've already played them before. We're just going to move this A shape down to here, and this makes it an E major. So the next chord in the song is E major. It's this shape, and you play this like this. You put your ring finger on the 6th fret of the 4th string. You put your pointer finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string, and you put your middle finger on the 5th fret of the 2nd string. So this, that same shape. That's E major. So one more time, we got, and then last chord is A major, and that's just like that B you played, just down a whole step. Again, that's ring finger, 7th fret of the 4th string, middle finger, 6th fret of the 3rd string, and pointer finger, 5th fret of the 2nd string. So the whole thing is. So the next part, so after you've done, we got this funky part that goes, and that's E to A. There's syncopation, right? So you gotta be in the groove. Okay, that's the whole tune. The only other thing you have to worry about is that there's one slight variation. Every other time of the verse, only the verse, instead of going like this, E, E to A, he goes B, B to A, like that super 80s sound. So what I mean is this, every other time in the verse when he's singing, he'll go. Here it comes. And that's it. That's the whole verse. That's the part when he's just playing lead, you're playing those chords. When he starts singing the verse, you're playing those chords with that one exception. And then the only other part of the song is the pre-chorus. The pre-chorus goes like this. You got A, C sharp minor. And for anybody that doesn't know, C sharp minor is like an A minor, but you just slide it all the way up to the 4th fret. Then you got E. You can play E any way you want. You could do this E triad we learned. And then back to A. You could choose this A if you wanted to. And then the second half of the pre-chorus is A, another C sharp minor. And now we have F sharp minor. And then A, B. That's the whole pre-chorus. That outro is all the same chords, by the way. It's just. So the ending is pretty funky. So I would get the hang of going. kind of getting your muting going on. So I'm not saying he's playing all that muting stuff, but it wouldn't hurt to know how to do that and know how to mute these notes so you can keep the rhythm going. So if you're into playing guitar and you want to get kind of his vibe on the lead guitar end, I would split it into two camps. He's got the rhythm guitar stuff and he's got the lead guitar stuff. The rhythm guitar stuff is a lot of E major pentatonic, and that's this position here. If you don't know this shape, this is E major pentatonic. It sounds like My Girl. That rhythm part in the second verse, if you wanted to play it on guitar, it would be like... That is the 9th fret of the B string. All those rhythm guitar parts that he's playing, the funky little, those little muty parts, they're all E major pentatonic, and he's playing, he's improvising, he's coming up with parts, making sure to use muting, which is putting your right palm right near the saddles. And that's how you get that sound. In the lead guitar department, he's doing two things. He's playing straight either E major, using those same notes. He's playing lead parts just using E major. Or he's playing straight E minor. It sounds a little weird, but it's totally cool. So now you play that up here. The exact same shape, moved up 3 half steps. So that's a quick way of playing E major and E minor. So he's playing this exact same shape up here. So let me just take a listen. I'll show you a couple of these licks that he's doing in the song. The way he's doing that very first lick is he's playing an E major pentatonic. He's pre-bending the 11th fret of the 3rd string, and then he's rolling up his guitar volume. So he's going from silent and he's going like that. So you keep your volume off. You do a pre-bend. You're not really hearing it because you can hear my guitar, but if it was at a loud place and you could only hear my amp, you would just hear the swell coming in. Like that, and you gotta be careful with your muting. So the next lick, all these licks are in E major for the most part, right? At the end, he kind of moves into E minor, which is the exact same pattern, up 3 steps, but just a ton of vibrato. And there's like a wah-wah thing going on, and there's distortion. That's how you kind of get that sound. And that next lick is like, so what that is same pattern. So all of that was on the 9th and 11th frets of strings 4 and 5. And he's most likely ending on the 7th fret of the 5th string. And just apply a ton of vibrato. Another cool lick that he does about 1 minute and 30 seconds in, he goes, that's in this pattern of E major pentatonic. So now we've moved into the E shape and he's going. And the lick at 136 is like, so that's the 12th fret of the B string. Then you're gonna slide through the 13th, 11th, and 9th frets of the 3rd string. So that's kind of reminiscent of his first lick. So like around 2 minutes in, he's really shifted into minor pentatonic, and that lick at around 2:09, he's like going. And now he's straight just thinking E minor pentatonic. He's just playing. The lick at 2:12 is. You're bending the 15th fret of the 2nd string. Then you unbend it, then you play the 12th fret of the 2nd string. And that's just a super common lick. I'm bending the 3rd string, 14th fret. And I'm landing on the 4th string, 14th fret. See that? That outro is all the same chords, by the way. It's just. So the ending is pretty funky, so I would get the hang of going. Kind of getting your muting going on. So I'm not saying he's playing all that muting stuff, but it wouldn't hurt to know how to do that and know how to mute these notes so you can keep the rhythm going. So that's the basic vibe. Here's how you can play John Mayer's Last Train Home with just open chords if you don't have a capo. So you would do it like this. A, E, A, E, B, E, A. And then we have this E, E, A. And there's syncopation there. One more time. A, E, A, E, B, E, A. E, E, A. The only other thing to watch out for is that in the verse, every other time, every second time, he replaces this E, E thing with a B major chord. Same exact rhythm, it's just a chord substitution. So every other time it sounds like this. So I'll demonstrate what that would sound like. Here it comes. Okay, so the chords of the pre-chorus are just A major, and now we have our first non-bar chord, and that's a C sharp minor. So the way you do that is you have to make a bar on the 4th fret of the 4th string, and then you make this little shape with your ring, pinky, and a middle finger. So a shortcut for doing that is watch. This is an A minor. If you play A minor with these 3 fingers, then you're halfway there. It's just this feeling, and you move it up to the 4th fret. That's how you play a C sharp minor chord. So an easier way of doing this song is to put a capo on, but no matter what, you're gonna have to play some sort of minor chord, even if I put the capo on. But watch, this does make it easier. If you put the capo on the 2nd fret, so now you can go G, D, G, D, A, D, G, D, D, G. So much easier. And now, that little exception that happened, you can play just an A major. You can go. So the whole song gets a lot easier. Now when you play the pre-chorus, it goes G. Now we have a B minor. Right? There is an easier way to play a B minor, though. I'll show you that. What you could do is play a B minor 7th. And to do that, you put your pointer finger on what would be in capo land the 2nd fret, but it's actually the 4th fret of the guitar. Then you put your middle finger on that same fret of the 3rd string. So we have 5th and 3rd string, right, on that fret. And now we're going to add a finger, whichever one, on the 5th fret of the guitar or the 3rd fret in capo land on the 2nd string. And now that sounds like this. It's not the exact chord, but it's close, and this may be easier to you than playing this B minor chord. So that's a possibility. So the pre-chorus, if you do it like that, would sound like this. G. Here's our weird B minor we learned. And now D. Yep. It's B minor. Now E minor. G. A. Back to the verse. That's it. So that's probably the easiest way of doing the whole song. Putting a capo on. If you're not interested in learning all these triad stuff, you just want to play and sing the song, that would be the easiest way to do it. enjoyed today's guitar lesson, thank you for subscribing. It really helps me out.